Hey, it's Michael Serio from Bonfire here tonight at Milkboy, 11th and Chestnut in Philadelphia. Home of awesome coffee, a lot of cans of beer, and tonight, Beans on Toast, who we're going to sit down and talk to him for a little while, and he's going to play a couple songs for us. One of them that he is writing especially for this video today.
A train full of people staring at their phones. Every single one playing Angry Birds. I downloaded it one day when I was bored of reading my own Twitter feed, bored of staring at strangers' photos on other people's Facebook. But the Angry Birds didn't cure the boredom, it just made it worse. Now I'm addicted to the fucking game like it's some kind of curse. Well, birds is a metaphor for women, like it or not. And if you like your women angry, I think you might have lost the plot. I like my women peaceful, generous and kind, but lately my iPhone's been fucking with my mind. And lately I've been ignoring her. I've been tapping on the phone when I should have been there. And tapping on the phone means no conversation, ignoring everybody else around you. But the catapult, it needs one more flick, and there's a new high score that's gotta be beat. Well, birds is a metaphor for women, like it or not. And if you like your women angry, I think you might have lost the plot. I like my women peaceful, generous and kind, but lately my iPhone's been fucking with my mind. Well, maybe there's a conspiracy behind Steve Jobs' legacy, brainwashing us with our mobile phones until the boredom steals our soul. And when we've all got fragile minds, he'll stick the Angry Bird where the sun don't shine.
So how are the States treating you so far? How long have you been doing the tour?
Been here for 3 weeks. Love it, basically. I've had like the time of my life. I had pretty high expectations, you know, as a folk singer getting to tour America. It's a kind of, it fits together. It's like a dream come true. So I was expecting great things, and I couldn't really work out in my head why anybody was going to come to the gigs. You know, it's like to towns that I'd never heard of. And I'd be like, well, you know, how it works? It's such a daunting aspect to look at the States. You know, it took me 7 years at home before people really started coming to gigs.
What would you say is the biggest difference between, you know, crowds over there in the UK and American crowds here? Is there something notably different between the two?
Yeah, the name Beans on Toast is completely lost in translation. No one understands it. It's not even like people know it's an English dish and that they get it for that. It's just like, why would you put beans and toast together? It makes no sense. You know, it's a common. The way I've been explaining it to American people is like, it's like calling myself hot dog.
Okay.
And I spoke to the label about changing my name to Hot Dog in the States, and changing all the artwork on the CDs and whatnot, but they wasn't.
You should just go under the pseudonym Hot Dog whenever you're in America.
Because we went to Canada on this tour as well, so then I said about that, and they said, oh, you'd have to call yourself Poutine when I'm in Canada. So just go for the kind of cheap food of the everyman and name myself after that. It's strange. I was raised on Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
In England, and you'll find this hard to believe, but in England, no one knows who Jimmy Buffett is.
Really?
It's not. I mean, all other huge pop stars, you know, from Michael Jackson to even like Garth Brooks, you know, we have them in England. People know that. Jimmy Buffett, for some reason, is a phenomenon that only exists in North America, right, apart from my dad, who's got 5 Jimmy Buffett tattoos. He's got every Margaritaville
Wait, he's got
t-shirt.
Jimmy Buffett tattoos?
Yeah, he's got fins on his, so the fins to the left song, he's got a couple of fins on his left arm, and he hasn't got like the guy's face, but he's got references to Jimmy Buffett songs all over his body. I mean, you know, it took me a long time to realise that the songs I write in are about like good times and loose women, just as all the Jimmy Buffett songs are.
Right.
And,
so you can say there's a little bit of Jimmy Buffett in Beans on Toast.
A lot. Yeah, definitely. And like, I think it's an important day when you go back to your parents and asked to borrow the CDs that you pretended you hated of your youth. Like my dad, it was a John Prine CD, but I was like, I was back visiting, you know, and I was like, you know that song we used to sing in the car? I was like, He was like, oh yeah, jump on. I was like, can I borrow that CD? And he was like, I knew you'd come back. This is Beans on Toast at the Milkboy in Philadelphia. This one's called Fuck You, Nashville. Things didn't turn out the way that I had planned it. In fact, it feels like everything went wrong. Things didn't turn out the way that I hoped they would. And that sounds like the basis of a good old country song. Well, Nashville, you're a closed door and you can't get a taxi in this town. You're the Disneyland of country music, a cheeseburger of contradiction. You're a tip jar covers band, murder in a John Prine song. Well, I pinned all of my hopes on you, and you let me down. So fuck you, Nashville, I'm getting out of town. I came here via New York, Detroit and Chicago, through Canada and the Midwest. I fell in love with every city and such great hospitality. So Nashville, it's a shame that you act like a dick. Oh Nashville, you're a traffic jam and you can't find conversation in this town. It's all merchandise and souvenirs from sweatshops overseas, a fake pair of cowboy boots. Nashville, to tell you the truth, I pinned all of my hopes on you, and you let me down. So fuck you, Nashville, I'm getting out of town. Nashville, you know I didn't mean it, and I'm sorry about all the things I said. And as I drive away across the Smoky Mountain, my heart hangs heavy with regret. I met some nice folks in East Nashville, and it's not your fault the basement was empty. I guess it's hard to impress on you when songwriters like me are to a penny. But Nashville, if you let me, I'd like to give you another try. I'll put my towel between my legs, climb down from up on high. Well, I pinned all of my hopes on you, and you played along. Did exactly what you were supposed to do, Nashville, and you inspired me to write a song.